And we're back.
Let me do it. You want to talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You want to talk about it? The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South.
Yeah, and we are back on WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South, and I have two beautiful women in studio with me. My co-host, Natasha Mays, is in the building.
Hola.
And my guest, the one and only, Kathy Tell-All Taylor in the building.
I need an announcement like that.
Bonjour.
Okay, let's start over. I'm going to start all over. I got the beautiful Natasha Mays in the building.
Hey.
All right? And the beautiful, talented
Oh. See?
Kathy
Oh.
Taylor
Oh.
in the building.
Hey, hey.
See, look, I got to be fair. Got to be fair.
That's what we're talking about. See, we were just talking about competition. You see, we were just talking about competition. You see how you just fed right into
I just
that?
fell right into it, right?
See, that's what we were talking about before the break. It's the man fault.
It's the
You see
man's
why
fault.
we have
Oh,
competition?
here we go again. Mr. Alvin, you going to bail on me?
Let her shine.
You going to bail on me?
I cannot let
He
her
finna
shine.
bail on me. This man.
Her introduction
I
sounded
can't,
so much
man.
grander than my introduction.
Wow.
That's what we're talking about. You see? It starts there.
See?
I can't even fight this one. I can't even fight. Y'all win.
Okay.
I give
Okay.
in.
All right.
Y'all win.
Case
The
closed.
women win today.
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 Okay.
Before we went on the break, first of all, I want to say whoever called in right when we were going to the break,
Call back.
please call back in. The number again is 678-619-1402. Once again, call in 678-619-1402.
Let's go.
Before we went to break, I asked these lovely ladies a question. And the question was, what was one of your most challenging moments in this industry? And see, as women, I'm sure your challenges are a lot different from mine.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start with my co-host here.
Oh, he gonna put me on the spot.
You know, what was like one of your most challenging moments in the industry where you were just really frustrated? It made you feel some kind of way, and you just like, you know.
Yeah. So I have, so my journey in this industry, started with Atlanta, where most of the females could start with the video scene.
Right.
So you look a certain way, and they want you to act a certain way and be the part. So I can be sexy, and that's it. Take some sexy pictures, but then that's where it stops.
Okay.
There's no casting couch. There's no reason for me to have to come to your hotel. There's no reason for. So what I tell people is be mindful of your image, because not that we talk about this blaming the victim and things like that, but with that, you have to be conscious of where people's minds can be.
Right.
So you dress a certain way, and always, I'm still always tasteful. I'm never, you'd never see anything disrespectful or things like that. But
Right.
so I can say I've had a couple
I
of
can't say
challenging.
that. Never seen nothing disrespectful
I
about
would-
you.
but
Very
I can
much
still
a
be
lady.
I can still be sexy without being raunchy.
Correct.
You say classy,
Right.
not trashy.
Correct.
Right.
So I can remember my first aha moment is probably one of the reasons why I stepped out of the doing like the whole video and industry, because first of all 10 years ago Atlanta was not the market it is today. So we know that it was more so, they sold you on the I call it the pipe dream.
Yes.
That the videos was your way into the movie industry.
Right,
Now
right.
we are a lot more progressive and professional, but that was your
Right.
way to get on, to be put on. You had to go. That was your rites of passage.
Right.
So we did that, and
But did they take video vixens seriously when they came? Because
first of all,
I
that
heard
was
two
we
different
said
things.
it's a pipe dream. We just told you it was a pipe dream. It was a farce. It was not real. Anybody who's out there that's followed me will know that it was all the setup.
Okay.
It was the okie doke because people were not. Now it's a lot more professional, a lot more rules and regulations,
All right.
and it's a real industry here. But
Okay.
it's taken a long time. Like people don't know that bill that has gotten everybody here. With the tax break started in 2005. So, it took a long time before it actually came to fruition in 2008. And even from then till now, like 10 years of just real, before it actually built to what it is, this mega industry here in Georgia.
Right.
And so we come back to that and we say, the videos, it was the casting calls,
Right.
just a certain part, and you knew just it was going to happen. And then I got the call from somebody I really, really respected. And it was, I need you to come to my house so I can show you how to be sexy so you can. And I was just like,
Oh my gosh.
not the okie doke. Come on, and like, come on, like you the homie. Like, you gonna have me?
You say you the homie. You to put him in the friend
Yeah,
zone.
you the homie. And it's like, I need you to come to such and such hotel because the rest of the girls are coming there after the casting for a private casting. So what didn't you see at the first casting that you need to see at the private hotel at the second casting? And I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
okay. Needless to say, I did not get casted for said magazine, said event, and then when I saw the girls, no disrespect,
Oh,
that
my
did get
goodness.
casted, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so that's it.
Wow.
And that's just being real.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
like, hey, I thought it was, the most beautiful girl, but I was like, I saw the girls and I'm like, come on, son. This is not, we can't even be professional. Just come on. And so people were willing to do whatever. And I
To
said,
say, yeah, that's-
so I was like, and now it's not do
No,
whatever.
they
Your
are still
talent,
doing whatever.
they're still doing whatever. But here it's now more your talent. It doesn't matter what you look like. That's some of that will get you in the door.
Let me tell you something.
But still, I tell people, with the people that you see booking gigs and getting stuff, you have to look the part. But at the same token, it's not so much as laying down with somebody and being on the casting couches, which is what it was 10 years ago. That was the only sure way that you were going to get beyond.
Let me tell you something. I announced a while ago that I was launching my film company. Named the film company Rain Dance Films, this, that, and the other. Within the next couple of days, my inbox was flooded with females, either topless, nude, or whatever. And
But
saying,
you said, but what was the name again?
Rain Dance Films.
Okay, so I'm just
They
gonna put
tryna-
it out
they
there.
rain
They
dancing.
just not say to make it. They thought it was the. They thought it was the rain.
Rain is named after my daughter.
But that's what you're
Rain.
saying now. But when
But-
somebody said rain, the first thing I thought of it is make it rain. And
Only
then,
a person who
No.
been to the strip club knows.
I make it rain. Clear it up. I'm telling. That's what I know. I'm not the only
When
one.
I
that thought
say
about
rain
that.
dance film, that's the first thing come to your mind.
Make it rain and clear it out. I'm sorry, and that's probably what I'm sure.
No, that
I'm
is not.
sure.
That
I
is
am
not.
sure with those nice,
Behind-
young, respectable, church-going females with the top list that was in your inbox was thinking.
No,
No.
not quite.
They're looking for an opportunity.
Yep.
And in the days of social media, you see everything on social media.
Rain dance.
I mean, these women out
Yeah.
here are getting their money because they.
And so, but I'm saying, you know what? Did you cast any of those people?
No,
And
not
that's
at
what,
all.
and that's my point, though.
Not
But
at all.
10 years ago, they would have got casted. I'm telling you, because those are the people that were booking stuff. I looked the same. I was not booking things.
You are killing me
10
right
years
now.
ago, they would have got cast and said, okay. Now, the role would have had nothing to do with the tops coming off or anything. It would
Right.
have been a nurse, a lawyer, doctor,
But
but
they'd have been cast.
they would have been cast. I mean, that's you just proved my point. My point is we have evolved beyond, okay, so you show me your tatas, where's your reel?
Yeah.
Where's your
Right.
headshot?
Right.
So, but 10 years ago, they didn't care about it. Nobody even was talking about a reel, a monologue. It was, you show me your tatas, that means you're going to do whatever it takes in this role for you to
Right.
be in this role. And I'm going to take advantage of that because the opportunities are few and far between because there was only really Tyler Perry doing stuff. Now you have other major people coming. And then not even just that, you have people that are now able to produce, as we talked about,
Right.
your film company
Right.
and other people are producing. 10 years ago, that wasn't happening. It was you had to get in through these certain little niches, and the way that you can get past that gatekeeper is you were showing your tatas.
I was the gatekeeper all the time.
You were showing
I don't know
your
why
tatas.
that's so funny.
I don't want to
You were
see your
showing your
tatas.
tatas.
So
But, you,
it
but
is.
She was like, see, all of them would have made it.
they would have made it. I'm telling you, some of their
She was so
callers,
serious about it.
they
too.
would have
She was
made it
like,
because they did make it. I promise you, they made it.
I believe you.
I was
believe
going
you.
to classes. I was doing monologues. I wasn't showing my tatas. I didn't have my tatas out. It wasn't enough.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to cat. We're gonna move past my. We talk about my. You know, I'm
We're
scarred.
talking-
I'm scarred for life. But my
I'm
dignity
sorry.
is intact.
I'm sorry. But that was just so too funny to me. Kathy, what
What's
was
your
your
aha
biggest challenge?
And I think overall, we all as women face that at some point in our career. But one of the biggest challenge for me in the business is people will always try to get others credit for my work. And that's challenging when you work hard and they want to give it to someone else who they feel should get the
More
credit.
worthy.
Correct. And that brings it all back full circle to me of being, I have something coming up about being the underdog. Because people always are looking for who they think should be that one.
But as you went through that process, you learned how to make it where
Oh, yeah.
you on the forefront.
I told you, I love it. That's like,
Boss. You bossed them up.
it becomes fuel for me.
Right.
You know, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I'm not the one that I have to impress a lot of people because I work hard. And
Right.
like I said,
Your
my
work will speak for yourself.
it will speak for itself. So
It may take a little bit longer, unfortunately, for some people to see
You
that.
know what? It's crazy because when God says it's your time, and it doesn't matter
It don't matter about
who,
anything
what,
else.
when, or why.
You better preach.
And that's kind of how it happened for me. I mean, you know, I've always done work behind the scenes or making it happen for others to make, you know, others shine.
Right.
So, you know, that was hard a lot of times. And then, you know, God said, okay, it's time for you because everybody you work with, for them to be elevated, people need to see you. They need to see your heart. They need to see who you are. And everybody else is going to grow. So,
And in the
Wow.
interim, they say while you're waiting to get in the door, cheer in the hallway.
correct. So,
Wow. So, what is your primary goal? Like, with everything that you do, what is it that your ultimate focus and goal would be in everything that you do?
I have a heart of gold for people. So I love people winning and seeing things. So, you know, the end of my time, I want to be able to say I impacted a lot of people and I changed lives.
Okay.
So whatever I do, you know, I just want to be, you know, a blessing to many.
Okay. And what about you? With
I think that's the
everything you do?
same.
Because when you are doing, because you're shooting your own movies and stuff like that I wasn't casted for. We'll talk about that later.
Me neither.
I was wondering, since you're helping everybody, I was wondering.
Yep.
I'll just kid with you.
Wait a minute. See that shade?
Hey, I gotta say something. Y'all don't rip me a new one earlier.
I
We're
don't
gonna,
know.
we're gonna turn it around on him in a minute. Don't you worry about it. There's still time.
They are trying to figure out a way to turn around on me, but no. So, but with that being said, you know, and trying to put together and do your own production, that's a really hard thing to do.
It is.
And it's very scary and it's challenging because you want it to be successful and you want it to come out on top because the first thing you put out is how people are going to see
Yep.
you from then on.
Yes.
You know. So with that being said, in putting together your own production, would I be right in saying the hardest thing is trying to find a team to help you put that thing together?
I think it's, yes, the team, but I think at this point, I've learned a lot that, you know, everyone who is, they say everybody who's in your corner, not in your circle.
Right.
And so I can appreciate you and what you do and still appreciate you from afar to know that I like what you're doing, but you're not doing on the same path or wavelength. So just because someone seems to be successful in what they're doing, it may not be upon the same path that you're doing. So when I look at that, and I look at the people that are close to me, you know, you have different circles of friends, maybe friends you go to church with, friends you do business with, friends you hang out with. And people need to understand it's not that you, you know, you're two-faced or three-faced, is you can have different groups of people that you do different things with. Sometimes we just want to put our boys, our homegirls on just because we like them and we're cool with them, but they not be in the lane of what we're doing or the path we're going. So I've gotten to a point to say, hey, I respect you and I love you, but you may not be part of this project because that's not what I want for you and our relationship.
Right.
And so I don't think it's so much as a team, but I think I mentioned my writing partner, Jael, and I, we've been working for, several months of just researching first.
Right.
It's not, sometimes you have to look at what they're doing and how they're doing it before you just jump in and do stuff.
Right.
And we've had writer's blocks and we've gone back and forth of just brainstorming and things like that because you want it to be right, not just a product. And so you have to appreciate someone who's going to be on your team, which I appreciate is I don't want to just do something and put it out because someone's ready to do something. Right. We want to do it the right way. And my team and what I look at and just trying to do my own production and working is, is studying. It's a lot more than just people say, you can write a script or I can do a movie and say, well, how? Mm-hmm. It's a lot harder than we think. So when we're talking about when you glazed over and Kathy glazed over producing, like that word itself probably takes up months. Right. It's just like, it's just producing. No.
Well, and it's on two totally different, but like when I'm doing my events, I'm actually producing.
Yeah.
Something. And it's different when you have an actual movie or a script or things because that takes time, energy, a lot. I mean, and most people don't understand what that entails.
And so, and you say that is that people don't research; they just see the end product. And I think that for me, and I'm sure you can attest.
I produce a lot of movies.
We're gonna go back to you. We're gonna get back to that, the Amazon and all that other stuff. We're getting it to that level. So everybody that's able to actually produce anything, I don't care what it is, that actually gets to a finished product, I say bravo. Mm-hmm. We got Greenlit ATL. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
That comes once, I think right now, once or twice a Thursday a month, where people are coming together to do just that. Mm-hmm. They may have taken a weekend and said, here's the process, and I came up with a product, and here it is. There are a lot of people that have these grandiose ideas, and either they stay in that grandiose ideas phase, and then they have people that go out and do it, and they learn, and they're able to take feedback. That this may not be at Sundance, but this is what I need. I'm the type of person that either you're a researcher and get it done, or you are let me go ahead and put it out there, get feedback, and then I can build my next project off of that.
Correct.
Right.
And so I think for us here, just as encouraging and being in the industry, is you have to figure out where your lane is and then match people that match that medium. If you're going to get with somebody that just needs to go out and just do that, and that's not what you're about and that's not your medium, then if you find somebody like that, you're going to continue to mesh.
And that was great with us when Mimi and Sonny, we were actually doing the Shattered, series. Yeah. And us coming together, 3 women, and we're producing this, and each one of us, we can catch something. Oh, change this, or let's do this, or there's a particular scene in there, and I said, oh, Mimi, no, go and get this and change. I can't tell you because it's an important piece of the thing.
She don't want to get them. See how they catch themselves.
But
too much away.
It was an important piece that actually piggybacks on another project, a previous project that she did. So it's even, have everybody to know what they're great at and participate and help out, and you can give the different
pieces.
Yeah.
Let's turn it back. Nope. We're going to turn it back on you. We're going to turn it back on you. So let's talk about that. So you talk about, launching your own film company. Right. That's just, again, when people say these things, it's just like one sentence, but it is a lot that goes into that. Putting your project out and actually getting it placed on a medium is not as easy as people think. The content has to be there, but also to the steps. So let's talk about, let's go ahead, and this co-host is going to turn it around and put it over here.
I got your back. Let's do it.
Wow.
Tag
That's only
team.
the second time this ever happened on this show.
This is tag team. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's
go ahead. So we're going to talk about how you decided the takeover, how you decided that was your lane and how you got there.
Okay. So first of all, when I got in this industry, I was just an actor and I didn't know anything about acting. I tried it out. I was in theater and I wound up getting the lead role in the first theatrical play that I did, which was by default because the lead guy went missing. And I was the bad guy, didn't do good at it. So they said, why don't you be the good guy? Okay. Now, I keep it 100. So I was awful. Well, people say I wasn't, but I feel like I was. Because I didn't know anything. I was just trying it. And then after that, I took classes, went to school, tried to figure out more about this whole acting thing. Like, what is it all about? Because I didn't want to get into something and didn't know anything about it. Like I said, I was just testing the waters. Well, I did the whole theater circuit for like the next 3-4 years and got paid some good money, did a few tours and stuff like that. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to know more. So then I said, well, let me see what TV is all about. Once I got into TV and film, that was all she wrote. I said, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. And it was just an overwhelming feeling. Like when you do what you're supposed to do and you know that's what you're supposed to do, I don't care what happened that's bad. I don't care what happened that's good. I don't care how awful it is, how long a days you've been doing. You're going to love it all, no matter what. And when you finish, you're going to want to do it again. Because when I'm on set filming and we have those on, I say, oh, my God, I can't wait till this is over. And as soon as it's over, like, man, where's the next one? You know what I'm saying?
And that's great. That's great.
And that's the whole essence of it. So after I got into that, into TV, I did some TV series, some films, and every year I set a goal for myself. So then I said, I want to star in a movie this year. And that year I starred in my first movie. And then after I started in that movie, I started starring in several other films. So then I said, okay, now I want to learn more behind the camera. So that's when I started trying to figure out what producing was. And I started producing several different film projects. In fact, the last 6 or 7 projects that I've done, I produced them all.
Natasha, have you been in those projects?
No. Me
neither.
Okay.
Wow, boy, they are good at turning stuff around on me, man.
Well, you're producing.
Yeah.
I'm acting. You could co-produce. I could act. Hey, I even write. I don't know.
And actually,
I am getting attacked on my show.
You know what's funny? A couple years ago, Wardell did a project with a friend of mine, and it was crazy. I didn't remember him in the movie until last year.
Right. What are you talking about? Which one? Carla Saunders.
GPS.
Yeah.
And I actually did the whole setup and the release for it. Where we did the viewing, the premiere for it.
Oh, you didn't realize that was me until
I did not, and I was like, all this time. I did not even know that was you.
The biggest project that I produced that because I took a break for about a year because I was part of another production and all that company and stuff, and after that year, and we separated, and I was just like, I gotta take a break because we consistently did stuff every year, back to back to back, and I took a break. I wasn't doing nothing, and then I got a call to do a movie called The Last Time. And honestly, I was debating that year, was I even gonna come back to film or anything? Because it was that stressful for me. And you have, sometimes you get out of, it takes you out of your character. You just become somebody else that you don't want to be. Right. Because it was a lot of stressful times. It was a lot of going back and forth, it was just a lot. And so I didn't know if this was something I wanted to do. And so when I got called to do The Last Time, which is a domestic violence film, it's airing right now on TV.
Where's it airing at for our viewers?
It's on Aspire TV. I got to get the times. It's been airing now for about a year. I still think we got another 2 years going on it. But I've gotten at least 5 awards for that film.
Nice.
For my character, and I was one of the producers of that project. And so that project, I believe God set things up to let you know you don't need to go. You need to stay here. You know, because when I was asked to do that role, I said, okay, it's for a purpose. You know, I'll do it. And I produced it. And Reese Odom, one of my closest friends, we was doing the project, and she said, why'd you stop? You need to get back in. This is your thing. Like, you need to be filming. You know? And I said, For real, she said, Wardell, you're good. You need to keep doing it. That she don't even know that she was the one that kind of catapulted me back into it, you know. And so with that, I got back into it. I reinvented myself basically, and said, okay, I'm gonna do things totally different this time. I'm gonna roll with the punches. I'm gonna stay in this lane, and I'm gonna learn more and do it. And here I am
create your
today.
own lane.
Yep.
And
See,
that's
that's
the
the
great
thing.
thing with
And here I am
producing. You
today.
get to
Now I
create
love it.
your
I
own
love
lane.
everything. And opportunities just arose because off of that film the last time, I wound up being here hosting this show because Penny saw the movie.
All right.
And I came in to interview with 2 different shows on this network. And she asked me would I be willing to host the show. And I'm thinking host a show. Like just come in, just host the show, you know.
You met Penny, right? Because
Huh?
I told you she's a boss.
Oh, Penny's see.
Penny moved me around on that red carpet.
Penny right
Oh,
now.
no. I don't need you to
tell you
tell.
about
I
Penny
met
right
Penny
quick.
on the red carpet.
This woman right here is probably one of the most powerful women I have ever met. Because this woman is anything I have
can't
ever
do that.
needed, anything I have ever wanted, anything anybody has ever came to her with, she made it happen. I am not even joking.
That's amazing.
And see,
And so-
I think that you just proved our point, and as well as Kathy, is that when life seems to throw you curveballs and you
Right.
think that you're being either rejected and stuff, what I hear already for the theme, and I can attest to the same thing, is you said, let me use this as my time to pause.
Correct.
And use that as a stepping stone to follow my dream. And
Right.
then you find people like Penny
Right.
or people like you who just say, hey, like you said, I've seen you around. So you
Right.
keep walking in your passion, walking in your
Yes.
purpose, and things will come to fruition
Right.
organically. And that's how you know you're where you're supposed to be at.
And it's because of this woman I'm where I am today on this show.
And you said we were talking about gifts, and and I was thinking back with Carla. That was the first time I did background work, and then I'm being thrown into other scenarios or movies, and then when I got into Shattered, the phone's ringing.
Phones ring.
Don't forget that.
Okay.
We coming back. You're on WCEGWOOD. Wardell speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Wardell, what's going on? This is Toby calling in.
What's up, Toby?
What's up?
Hey,
What's
Toby.
up, man? How you doing?
I am doing well. How's everybody doing today?
Great, man. Toby was just on my show.
Okay.
What's cracking, man?
Hey, not much, guys. Not much. We're just checking in just to say hello and say hello to everybody out there and my managers out there. Turn around, man. We're doing this thing back to back, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
you
tell our
know.
team.
Hey, how are you associated to this powerful woman right across the table from me?
That's Big Mama right there. that's Big Mama right there. That's
Little Big Mama to
Kathy
you.
is my manager.
She is your
She's my
manager.
manager, but she always acts like Mama.
Oh.
Yep, Kathy's been a blessing to all of us. She does what she does, and everything she does it big, and she does it for us too. So she takes care of us real good. And
Right.
she puts us in line when we do something wrong. She's quick to get us in line.
See, this is the funny part. She said over here so innocent, but there's a beast behind that innocence.
Amen.
A good
Amen.
beast, though. It's not a bad beast. It's a good
It's
beast.
called passion.
Yep.
It's just passion about the work. That's it.
Okay. All right. Hey, Toby, thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks, Toby. Love
No
you.
problem, y'all.
And
Love
for-
you. Have a good one.
All right, now, man.
All right. Bye.
That.
That's funny. Okay. But did Shattered, and it was funny when I was doing a scene was going on, and there was a scene in the movie, and I jumped in, and I was messing with one of the young characters on there, and I was getting on her from the scene, just kind of playing around.
Right.
And Mimi said, "You know what? You're doing the next scene. Because what you don't know, what you just did, that's actually the next scene. You're doing it." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm not an actor.
Right.
I don't act." She said, "No, but you're just being who you are."
Right,
And
naturally.
What it is.
Naturally. She was like, "And that's what I need." And before I know it,
You acting.
I'm acting, and I'm like,
Now you got the
"Lord."
acting bug.
And then I'm like, I got to remember some lines. And I did that thing. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hey.
It's a new career now?
And we not the only actors in this room. Y'all know that, right?
I act up. Good way. You know, and recently someone just sent me a script. And I said, no, there are real actors who need this whole script.
So you turned it down?
Know, because like you say, I know what my gifts are.
Right.
I know what I'm great at.
Right.
And yes, do I like to be in the atmosphere? Yes, but I'm still better with that part of telling you, no, do this, that's wrong, fix this,
Right.
you know. So, no, I would really like for someone else who really wants to craft, you know, to work in their craft and have it. So I declined. I'm like, no, it's not for me. So, hey, Natasha.
You can roll that on over here. Just roll it on over here. Just roll that on over
Natasha like
here.
rolling all over here.
Well, yeah, so when we work in our gifts, we know.
Right.
And I'm good at being creative and doing things, so.
Or expanding. So, you know, I think you should still, you know, like sometimes things happen for a reason. And like you said, I think most of the projects that have come to fruition for me were not ones that I went and sought after. So I think sometimes, you know, the blessing is there and you're thinking like, that's not me. And so it is you. You just have, somebody else saw it in you. So you owe
And
it to
that's
them.
what they're saying.
Right.
But I've moved out of comfort zones.
Comfort zones, yeah.
You know, 2018 was a big comfort zone. You know, I'm doing more speaking, more radio, more, you know, being outspoken on a lot of things. We have our power panels, so I'm up being an activist and just doing different things that, you know, I never saw myself because I'm usually behind making sure someone else, you know, is great. And now, but like I said, a couple years ago, God told me, you got to get from behind the scenes and become in front of the scenes because people trust you and they like you.
And that's how you got to where you were too.
That's how I got to where I
That's
was.
how you got to where you were. So I don't want you to leave here. We only got a couple more minutes. We are rolling down. But I'm saying how you got from that project. We still turning because you didn't have us in the hot seat all the time.
Well, I mean, that's my job.
Yes, well, that's okay. That's okay. We co-hosted, so we're gonna host over here. We're gonna
Natasha is
co-host it.
getting me today.
So we want to
boy.
know, okay, so after you got to your projects, and like you said, we talked about Kathy's transition and how she got to where she was. And she used her gifts, which are great, and the story you'll see from her, and I think that people will appreciate from you too, is that you built on that. So you saw that, and then you kept expanding, and what I saw from Kathy is that she researched, she used what she had from the mortgage industry, that she transitioned that from that, and now she's where she is because she already had those talents in her. The
Right.
same thing on how you took the film and from an actor, research, studied, then created your own film company. Now another whole thing is placement.
Right.
So how did you get to there? Because that's another whole aspect. And what I can appreciate just from just listening to both of you two is just, hey, I took this from where I didn't have any knowledge.
Yes.
I got myself to where it is by using my contacts, resources,
Right.
God blessing me,
Yes.
and recognizing where the doors were opening, but then more importantly, being able to have the fortitude to keep going and saying, so like, you know, I've never done this before, but I know that I want to, and you got there. So,
And
talk
also, one of the most important things is placing people around you
you.
Yes.
who are like you. Like, that is so important because in this industry, you know, you have so many different types of people. You have people who are in it just for the fame. You have people in it for the passion. You have people in it for the gift. You have people in it because they're trying to get next to somebody, get close to somebody, a whole
Right.
bunch of different array of things.
Say it.
This is a passion for me. This is a gift for me. So it's never been it's never been about money. You know, I just want to say that. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to get paid. Let me make that clear, people. And most people already know if they call me, you know what I'm
What is
saying?
the budget?
But, because that's what I'm going to ask. But at the same time, I feel like I have earned that right and I've built my way up to that. And I keep people in my circle and around me who are just like me. You know what I'm saying? When I talk to people on the phone, anybody I talk to are people who are grinding and going hard for this. You know, I don't care what field they in. They just going hard for it. You know, and when you're around people like that, it just pushes you to be just as hard.
Right.
You know, and that's the biggest thing for me. You know, I have a small circle of it's super small. And I keep it that way because most people that you deal with are in it are around you for different reasons. You know, they waiting for you to take off.
Yes.
And when you take off, they're gonna ride that coattail as long as they can ride it.
Yes.
And you have to recognize those people because they make themselves very evident on what their goal is. But the people who really ride for you, they're going to check on you. They're going to want to work with you, want to be side by side with you, want to build something with you, and they're very passionate about it. You know, and you have to understand that when you're in this business and y'all may bump heads or whatever, y'all still in it for the same reason.
Yes.
Two passionate people are gonna bump heads. That's just the way it is.
Right.
When we did the last time, me and Reese were bumping heads left and right. But the end result of that film touched millions of people all over the United States.
How did you get there, though? So, like, so the original question again is, how did you get from after you said this, after we made this amazing film, and you said this is it, and how did you get that to actually placing it? How did you get it to Aspire, the Amazon, so your projects,
Right. Yeah. Well, first of all, the people, like I said, God is great at placing people around you who are in the same position you are, and he already has a set lane for you. You have to find that lane. So in the result of me finding that lane, all these different people were there. And you have to open yourself to people.
Correct.
You know, that's the number one thing. You can't be afraid to network. Networking is the key to this business. You cannot be afraid to open your mouth, and you have to be humble. Because the people that you talk to are people that own companies, the people that run companies, the people that are the ticket you need to get your stuff where it needs to be. And you don't have to do much. They're going to present themselves to you, and ergo, you're on TV, Amazon, and like I said, it's all about networking and understanding the business, because once you understand how distribution is, one of the biggest things to go to, and I tell everybody in this industry you should go here, is the film market in LA. It comes once a year. Every distribution company from all over the world is in one place in LA once a year. And it costs to get in.
Costs to be the boss.
But once you get in there, once you enlist and go online and enlist, they will see you a list of every distribution company all over the world, and it'll have what they're looking for. Wow. So if you got a horror film, you got a whole bunch of distribution companies on there looking for horror film projects. And you can just go in there and literally you can set up an appointment with them online and get there and pitch your movie directly to the distribution company.
See, that was some juice. You see how we turned it around on the host, and he dropping jewels and stuff.
Hey, listen, I have experienced a lot of different things. That's one of the things I would advise anybody to go do if you're serious about your film and trying to get it out there. There was people in there making multi-million-dollar deals right there, because these companies are looking. And another thing that people are looking for, and we had a guy in here who's with a distribution company, remember? And he was saying that one of the number one things that distribution companies are looking for is black TV series.
I am writing a black TV series. Who was that?
That is the number one thing they're looking for right now.
We're going to get that name later.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you his name, but he is part owner of the Red Box. His father owned the Red Box and stuff like that. He is connected to a lot of distribution companies.
Did you hook him up with my boy?
You see?
Who?
That just called in?
No.
I'm just saying.
You
heard that?
But
you're going to have to call in.
But that is
attention.
He made light and said that here on the show that is the number one thing and then I contacted someone who was at the film market, and sure enough, that is exactly what they're looking for, black TV series. So if you know somebody who's looking for black TV series, they are looking for those are the hottest things going right now.
Jael, I hope you're watching.
They are looking for that. So those are that, so that's my little avenue. And then, I know a woman who works for Aspire TV, great woman. She was in the Last Time movie.
Okay.
And she
Network.
loved the movie. Yeah.
Network.
She loved the movie. She does Christmas movies. She's been in she's going to be on the show because I already asked her could she go on the show, but she is an extremely talented woman, great actress, and she works for Aspire, and she said this movie has to be on our network.
I wonder if I met her.
Deetta West?
Yes.
Yeah. And so Deetta, she's like, I call her, everybody call her mama because she's just the sweetest soul you would ever meet.
Yeah.
And she helped us get it on Aspire TV, and it's been airing ever since. So I'm just very happy about it, and
Nice.
that's my little story.
See
Since
see
you
how
won.
we have
And
5
I
minutes.
gave y'all some nuggets
See,
too.
we gave some knowledge and some nuggets in here.
Gave y'all some nuggets,
And
but definitely AFM, American 20 minutes.
We appreciate that. We appreciate those nuggets. So, yeah.
Yeah, AFMD, American Film Market. It's only one, and I think it's in either October or November. I can't remember, but if you Google AFM, it'll give you the dates that it'll be here this year. The American Film Market, and what they do is they gut out an entire hotel, one of the biggest hotels in LA, and every suite is a distribution company, and you can literally just walk down the hall, walk from room to room, pitching your movie.
I think that's what I think what people fail to realize. You just talked about it. Walking in your path, your purpose, positioning yourself, having the ability to be humble enough to say, "I need help,"
Right.
and where you're getting it, and then putting yourself in position so that you can receive that information.
Exactly.
Nobody's knocking down your door to say,
Right.
"Where's your film at?" Nobody's knocking down your door to say, "Where's your production company?" Is you have to get out there.
You have to want it. You have to want to invest in yourself. Like I said, the American film market, it costs. It does cost a few $100s to get in there. But once you get in there, it's the best experience of your life. Like you have an opportunity to take your project, create a one sheet. For people who don't know what a one sheet is,
Oh my goodness!
it's
You can contact me.
it's a sheet with all the information of that movie, the synopsis, the story, the synopsis, pictures,
The log line.
yeah, the log line, everything is all on one sheet. Everything about that movie is on one sheet. And you take it, you give it to them, and you pitch your movie to them. Literally pitch it. And if you don't know how to pitch, you need to learn how to pitch. And you can literally go on YouTube, look up pitching a movie, and they will teach you how to pitch your movie.
So, do you have to have your script done?
No, you
You're
do
pitching
not.
the idea so that I think that's what stalls a couple of people.
Yeah.
It's saying, "Hey, I got
If-
the idea. I don't have it all the way done. I've been
Right.
writing, but."
I always say this: if you do a TV series, do at least 3 episodes. That way, if they see the first episode, they want to see more. You got 2 more that they can look at.
Right.
If they like what they like, they're going to buy into it, and then the rest they will either pay for or they will tell you to go finish it, and then they will fund it. So it all depends on the distribution company and what they want to do. Every deal is different. All deals are different. There's none the same. So it's really hard to say how it's going to go. So we got that. Everybody good?
We are good with that.
I love teaching people, man. This is awesome. So, so with that being said, in this industry, so y'all said, gave us some ideas on your challenges and stuff like that. But Natasha, I never got to ask you, what is your goal? What is your ultimate
Oh my God.
goal in everything that you're trying to do? Because you're doing a plethora of different things here.
Yes. So I think I think for me, as Kathy mentioned too, I had gotten to a point in my career to say I'm not happy with doing what I want to do, just 9 to 5 only. Like I
Yes.
have more to offer, and so at some point you have to say sleep, and you don't really have to be on a first name basis. You just need to get to it when you get to it. For a little bit. And I think my goal is, to be able to. They always say when I stand before the Lord, I don't want to say I left anything in you.
Right.
I have so much to give, and I think I have an 8-year-old. She'll be 8 this year, and I paused. I paused on some of those things, but it's just a dream deferred. It doesn't have to be a dream. To say people say, well, you can't have it. Why?
Right.
You can. And so even now, she just got a pitch for a movie because she's acting now too.
Your daughter?
We did a short. I did her first short film with her. And she was on Ludacris.
Kids movies are awesome.
Yes. So Ludacris has his show that he's doing. Shout out to ATL's Talent because they casted my daughter to do something for that. She did the short film, and then somebody, marketing 101, use your hashtags.
Yes.
Because somebody found my daughter from a hashtag I used from a couple of projects she did, and they sent me a script.
Wow.
Nice.
And so I just got it today, and I'm sure she'll do it. But my goal is to teach my daughter, to have more than one stream of income.
Right.
And to be your own boss. And I can't be my own boss if I'm working for other bosses all the time.
Correct.
There's nothing wrong with it. I love the company I work for. They're a great company. I don't have anything to say. I don't want to put their name out there. But I mean, for corporate-wise, they're great.
Right.
The people are great. I love what I do for corporate-wise. But I know that I have more purpose in me. And I have more things to do. And what I want to teach my daughter is that you don't have to be one-dimensional. There's so many hours you do have to eat and sleep, but then all those other hours, I might just shut off cable, but then I won't know what's going on, and I won't be able to watch my own shows. That's the only reason why the stuff is still on.
Right.
But I'm like, you spend so much time, wasted time.
Yeah.
So in my time, when I come home, besides playing with her and getting her, ready for doing the typical day-to-day, is I write, I research, I read, and I study.
Okay.
And then if I just need to deplug, then I'll take 5 minutes or so and then binge watch something on Netflix or something for like creative ideas.
Right.
But my goal is not to be able to impact. So when I talked about the projects that I'm involved in that I didn't go and audition for, somebody somehow found me. Those will have, hopefully, like Kathy says, somebody did not commit suicide just from her projects. Like, do you know how impactful that is? I think people, like you said, people chasing stuff for money.
Yes.
Or you're chasing it to leave a mark and a purpose. So if nothing else comes from that and they can do all that negative stuff, Kathy, what you can say is that someone's life, how many people can say someone's life was profoundly changed and they are probably still here today because of that experience. And I think as an actor, or someone who wants to produce, you want to say that. I'd like to be able to, some of the times I think people either, look at TV and stuff as an escape mechanism.
Right.
Escape mechanism. Sometimes you have the seriousness. Sometimes you have the funny. Sometimes it's over dramatic. Why people love reality and over the top is because real life is already dramatic. Some people probably looked at your docuseries and said, there's got to be reality. No, because it's already dramatic. Is that you have to go above and beyond because people are looking for escape. So for me, when you go back to the goal, is to be able to utilize everything I have. I have a master's and MBA in marketing. I have a bachelor's in psychology. And my profession, I've been an HR director, executive for some of your brands, your General Electric, your IHG, some of the major Chryslers, and I've been able to sit at the table and lead negotiations with unions and things like that. I know that in that field, I have had an impact. And now it's time for me to do something. Like I say, well, if you couldn't do, if you could do what you love and you weren't getting paid, would you still do it? And I think of those things that I'm doing now.
That's why I said what I said earlier.
Yeah, so it's like, forget the money. I'm co-authoring a book with my daughter.
Right.
We are writing a children's book together. By the time she's 14, she's going to be a best-selling author.
Right.
I'm planting seeds now to say, my goal is I want to, fulfill the things that I have for me in my life, but more importantly, that when you have kids, you think different. I want to leave a legacy so that my daughter can say, I want to be educated. Education is fine. Hopefully she's at home doing her homework. I know she's probably on there watching. My uncle's watching her. But the essence of that is that education is key, but no one has to write your path. It's, the whole go to school, work for somebody. That's all we keep teaching our kids. And that's, be educated. But, where I'm from, you're street smart and you're book smart. And you have to be able to combine the two.
Right.
Correct.
So that you can be able to really live in this world.
And she's watching everything. My daughter's 23.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
And, when you hear your child say, you're my hero.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
that's everything,
Yeah.
that your daughter's not.
That's the ultimate.
Yes,
So
looking
all
at.
this is,
Right.
that's the ultimate.
And she tells me all the time, she said, Mom, I hope I can be the woman who, you are, and the wife, she's like, you're awesome. I don't know if I could do some of the things. I mean, you're selfless and you
Wow.
do this. And I just be watching this my job.
Yeah, well, you think that's just, I hope that I get there. When she was 20, so we were on set, and I tell you that I almost literally broke down. We were on set. She was doing a infomercial. And forgive me because I can't remember the brand, but it was a black company, and they're coming out with skincare for teens and stuff like that for African Americans. And they were doing like improv to everybody, and they just threw her last question, and they said, "What makes you happy?" And she said, "My mom." And and you're like, okay, check the box, nothing else, or you're saying, just without skipping a beat, my mom makes me happy. And so that think about the goal and like, why do I make you happy? And the babysitter was watching her a couple of weeks ago, and she said, I really like you because you're nice like my mommy. So you think about the type of person you are.
Yes.
And what your daughter sees, and that's my ultimate goal. I want her to see a go-getter. I want her to see a person who has a happy disposition and
It's
things
something
like
about
that.
them girls, boy.
Yes.
And my daughter is. I got to the daycare to pick up my daughter yesterday. They was like, she was hollering for you all day. She was like, they was just like, where's my daddy? I want my daddy. Is my daddy coming? And I got there, and she ran across the room, daddy. And I'm just like, that's the.
That's the
I don't
ultimate.
care what I go through, what I've been through all day. It goes out the window right at that moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 23 years old. My daughter still comes. She lies in the bed with me. She wants to lay with me. She wants to talk all the time. She likes to hang out. She just wants to be around. And
That's the ultimate.
yes. I mean, I couldn't ask.
And
for
kids
anything.
know. I would
Right.
say my daughter was like 2. We went to it. I'm not gonna name the company, but you bring your kids to work and stuff. And kids have that, they're just so brutally honest. And there was one lady in the office, and I'll never forget it, that everybody knew that this woman was just evil. She's just a witch, but you tolerated her. And I promise you, my daughter came in, and I just let her down, and she went to everybody except for that woman.
Yeah.
And I said, I knew this woman wasn't just me. I knew this woman was evil. It's like kids know.
Kids know. They have a
Kids
sense.
know.
They have this
So,
sixth sense or
I
something.
think it's 2 things that drive everybody. Anybody listening that will attest. Either the goal is to be able to utilize all of your your talents and be appreciated and recognized for it, no matter what it is. And then if you have children, to make sure your child or children see you as
Right.
a positive force.
Exactly.
Because if my daughter looks at me, anything beyond, happy, positive, go get it. I don't care what kind of accolades, Grammys, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not
Right.
a trophy that's going to replace, replace
Ain't
that.
nothing replace that.
That's true.
And so that's my ultimate goal, is to be someone who, my daughter continues to see, like Kathy, her daughter will see her at 23 and beyond and say, this is a woman that I want to admire and be like. And for your daughter to do that, that's not PR. That's real.
I think I'll tell you 2 stories. She was 4 years old. I took her to work with me. And she walked in and sat at the receptionist's desk. And she said, where's the checkbook? And she pulled the checkbook out, and she started like scribbling on the check. And they said, that's your daughter. I was like, yes, she got it.
Paying bills. Let's go. We got this money. Let's
She
pay.
already know. Let's get
Yes.
these bills paid.
That's correct. And then, graduating, she, in school, I enrolled her into, they had the programs for marketing. And she was like, Mom, why do I have to take this? Why do I have to take these classes? And I said, because I want you to understand how to be your own boss.
Yep.
Whether you're going to be doing hair or whatever it is, you can actually own it. So when you're ready to take vacation, you can hire people to work for you and you can
Exactly.
take those vacations. So this has been a long time.
And you know, because you say you got people that do that stuff for you.
See, there you go. Did you hear that, Natasha? You got to
Slide that in. Yes. Little
She
shade.
said, I don't do that. I got
Boss.
people that do that for me.
Boss.
No, I have people who partner with me to make me
See how
great.
No, that's not what you said.
Yes, that's
It's called servant leadership. Servant leadership.
Look at y'all rephrasing stuff.
hey.
Follow servant leadership.
It's
on,
good.
on that note, we almost about to wrap up this show. And y'all are awesome.
Okay.
Y'all,
I had a great
y'all
time.
are awesome people. And I appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Kathy, I'm going to start with you. If it's one thing you can leave people with before you leave the show, what would that be?
That would be just keep going. I would tell people, I mean, it's hard enough, and we all have those days where we don't feel like it. Even you mentioned previously, you had to take a break.
Yeah.
And in 2018, with everything that I had going on great, I felt like I wanted to quit.
Right.
You
get to them places sometimes.
Yeah, and you just have to know it's a bigger picture. And
Right.
if you're going to change lives, you got to keep going. So for me, just keep going. Don't quit.
Okay. And Natasha?
Yeah, I said it all. I mean, this is my first time actually hosting
Really?
on the radio.
Let me tell you something.
I'm coming for your job,
I'm gonna
Natasha.
tell you, there's been a few people I've had on my show that were really good, but you were really good.
Yes.
Thank you.
You
I
asked
always
great questions.
wanted
You were
to
very
do this.
intuitive because you were ready. You came
Yes.
ready, and I appreciate you because I did not have to tell you to talk.
It's called a talk show, people.
I did not have to tell you to talk. I didn't have to hit you on the leg.
Say yes, speak up.
Like I'm opening this part for you. But no, you're a really great co-host.
That's
Great.
what
Really
I tell
great.
people. Thank you.
And you're so beautiful. I love it. Those cute dimples.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Man, this woman here, I be on social media. She just posts her little pictures. I be like,
Look at you. Whatever.
okay.
My tidbit to everyone is never be scared to step out of your comfort zone. Everything
Right.
that has happened, like I said, I've always wanted to co-host, so thank you. And it just
No
you
problem.
just called, just right out the sky blue. Every transition that I had something what I would have deemed, as you talked about, negative, something
Mm-hmm.
negative, or a job layoff, or a broken heart, or a a friendship ending. Ended up turning into a path that I wouldn't be down today if those things didn't happen.
So true.
So
Right.
anybody who's going through, I tell people, if you're going through something and you don't like it, keep going through till you get to where you need to get to.
Nice.
And that would be my tidbit.
Okay. Great. And I would say, and I said it about 2 or 3 times earlier, surround yourself with people that are positive, like-minded people. I think Puffy just said it on some video he is going around. A lot of people say, a lot of celebrities are saying the same thing. Surround yourself around those like-minded people because those people are going to be the ones that push you to get you to that next level.
Yep.
And if you're not at where you want to be, connect yourself with somebody who's where you want to be.
That's right.
And you will get there. So that's my little tidbit. Kathy,
Yes.
tell people how they can reach you, contact you, your social media.
Ooh, social media IG is Kathy with a K.
Boss.
Tell all. So it's Kathy Tell All. On Facebook, it is Tell All Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Tell All Inc. or Kathy Tell All. Y'all can reach me in Kathy Tell All. Just tell all. Just keep
Tell it
telling-
all.
Just
Go
tell it all.
Tell it on the mountain.
yes.
Natasha?
So my IG, Princessa, PRINCESSA,
Mm-hmm.
TMAYS, Princessa T Mays. It's open. My Facebook I reserve for very family friendly people. So try to have some divide so that I can say what I want to say politically and anything else without offending people. So we're just gonna keep it on IG.
What you mean she's saying bad things, y'all? That's all.
Something like that. I got many faces. So we're gonna keep it on IG. But no, if we are acquainted and you know me, you can follow me just by my name on Facebook, Natasha Mays.
See, I didn't
Okay.
give that information out. I just slid it on over to the Tell All
To
Facebook.
Natasha
personal
Marketing. Natasha Marketing. I do have a business page. Natasha Marketing. NATASHA Marketing. So you can go there.
And once again, I'm Wardell Richardson, actor, producer, director. Put in Wardell Richardson, WARDELL, on anything, and my name and my picture will come up. I'm on everything under my name. So I make it very easy.
I'm going to hashtag my photo with his name.
Now, after I was brutally attacked on my show today, I want to clarify that these are really some great women, y'all.
Okay. We're going to put him on the hot seat. We're going to have to return part
Yes, part 2.
Oh, I'm going to have to bring y'all back. For sure.
Thank you.
Because I got to bring in a brother who's going to help me
Oh.
retaliate. Because this is not going to end right until we recap this situation.
Do you know how many walls I break down? So bring it.
Bring it. See, she said, boss. And on that note, boss has left the building.
Before I go, I just want to remind each other about some of the events we got coming on. Actually, my birthday, March 23rd. Make sure you come through, hang out with me. It's going to be blazing. Going to have a good time. You know, you got to bring no gifts. Cash at me. You know what I mean? Cash at me.
Oh, my gosh.
Cash at me gift card. That's all you got to do.
If
'Cause
you
people
need
gonna
somebody
ask
to consult, just cash out me. I'll make sure.
Need somebody
But-
to market and cash
but-
at me. See?
Come hang out with me on March 23rd at Firefly in Alpharetta, 7 o'clock p.m., 3070 Windward Plaza, Alpharetta. We're going to have DJ Michael London, who will be in studio next week. He has worked with some of the most amazing artists around. He does a lot of graphic art and stuff. He does animation. He's bringing my logo to my film company into an animation form. It's going to be really nice. So he's doing a lot of things. He'll be in studio next week. And I have Andrea Poe that will be in studio next week along with him. She is a celebrity hairstylist.
Damn.
And she's in the acting as well. I'm actually playing opposite her. She plays my love interest in a TV series. And so she's coming in the studio next week. And Samara Scott, who is going to be the co-host. So it's going to be an awesome show. On the 14th, we will not have a show. That's Valentine's Day, so y'all can go do y'all thing because y'all won't be paying attention to me. Y'all going to be doing y'all thing. You know, I ain't going to say what y'all going to be doing. Y'all just keep it to yourself. But y'all going to be doing y'all thing on Valentine's Day. On the 28th of this month, we're going to have Mimi Faust in the building from Love and Hip Hop, and Carla Saunders will be in here with her.
And I'm in that movie with the two of them.
Yep, and I call her the queen of horror because she is a bomb director when it comes to horror films.
Damn.
Her stuff is off the chain. I've done 2 projects with her, GPS and what was that? She gonna kill me. I can't remember that, but it's a really good movie. So, but they will be in studio on 28th. So this month it's gonna be an awesome month. On the 21st, there will be my one and only, since it's Valentine's in month of February, I'm going to do a relationship show with 2 of the top people in relationships. Troy, who is an amazing, he's been on Sister Circle, he's been on Good Morning, he's been on all type of shows talking about relationships, and all the women be like, tell it, Troy.
Is he married?
I don't know. Look at you. Why you ask?
No, I'm just saying because a lot of times, it's always interesting.
No, I think
couples
I think
single
he's-
or married, and then
I don't know.
giving
That's a good question.
advice.
I don't know.
Because I know how long I've been married.
Yeah.
It's 20-something.
You
Years.
been married 20-some years?
Yes.
Go ahead then.
Get
That
black
is
love.
awesome. Black love in the building. So he will be in studio along with Tinsley Bradford, who does what's the name of her? Her is the Settle Free. She does a Settle Free mixer every year, and her whole thing is not settling
That's nice.
in relationships, which is why it's called Settle Free. And she's awesome. And when those 2 get together, they bump heads at times. So I can't wait to do that show.
Wait either.
And I will have Kia Baxter in the building as well, who is doing a podcast right now on relationships. And she's also does a lot with domestic violence and things like that. So it's going to be an awesome show. I can't wait to do that show on the 21st, right after Valentine's. If y'all want to know about relationships, tune into that show. That's going to be crazy. So on that note, we're going to end. Don't forget Atlanta Actors Award. Atlanta Actors Awards are April the 7th. The 3rd annual Atlanta Actors Award at the Port of Sanford. The 3rd Performing Arts Center and Community Center. Performing Arts and Community Center. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. You can call 678-235-1611 for tickets. WCEG Wood will be taking a trip to Jamaica, going live from Jamaica. Once again, if you think you coming to party, that's what you're going to be doing. If you think you coming to relax, that's not what you're going to be doing. So stay home. Stay home. None. We don't want none. So that's going to be the Bum Party. And March 3rd, we are honoring the children. It's the 5th Annual Youth Empowerment and Excellence Awards. I will be hosting that event along with Jennifer Hambrick. And it's going to be an awesome event. I love working with kids. I love seeing them do their thing. It's going to be awesome. And on February the 10th, the ATL Jam Tour, Splat Pat, Tabitha Duncan, special guest Ivy Ray, Boondock Holmes, Mr. Flamboyant, and DJ Michael London, who will also be DJing my birthday party. Damn. So at the end of the day, I make it happen. And we're going to get up out of here. This is Wardell Richardson with the beautiful Natasha Mays and the lovely Kathy Taylor. Miss Taylor.
Thank you.
And we out.
And we out. God bless.
Yeah. Let me do it. You wanna talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You wanna talk about it? The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood.